Hi, if this is your first time finding me, welcome. And if you're returning again after having watched some of my previous videos, welcome as well. I'm so glad that you're here. I'm excited today to share with you what is in my kids' stockings this year. I hope you'll love this video. If you're here for ideas, I hope it'll give you lots of great ideas for stuffing the stockings of those in your life. So please give this video a big thumbs up, and if you haven't already, subscribe to my channel so you won't miss any of the great content that I have coming up in the future. I really like putting together stockings because it's kind of a challenge, finding things that will really be appreciated and nice and that we want to have at our home, and also that of course fit inside the stocking. I'm going to show you the stockings that we have. We have these stockings from Restoration Hardware, Baby and Child. We have one for each member of the family. So we have 4 of them right now. We need to add a 5th because I am pregnant with baby number 3, but we're going to hold off until next year to do that. So today I'm just going to be sharing with you what is in my son's stocking. He is 5. And what is in my daughter's stocking. She is 2, really about 2.5. So when I'm shopping for her, I'm thinking about a 2-year-old to 3-year-old kind of range. And then for my son, somewhere between the 4 to 6 range. So anyone, you know, anywhere between, I would say, 2 years old through like early elementary age, these ideas will be really great for you. I'm going to start off with showing you the things that are unique to each of their individual stockings, and then I'll show you a bunch of things that they're both getting. I'm going to start with my daughter. They're each getting a book. Her book this year is this board book. It's from the Little People Big Dreams series. They have larger books for kind of an older child, and then they have sort of abridged board book versions of them. We have one that she already is really enjoying, which is the Coco Chanel one. So I decided to go ahead and add to the collection with this Audrey Hepburn one. I will say I don't like this one quite as much as the Coco Chanel one. I do like this, I just really love the Coco one, but I think she's really gonna enjoy this anyway. I also have for her this Frozen sing-along microphone. I am not totally sure how this works. I had my husband look at it in the store, and he says you can load songs from, I guess from whatever, you know, wherever we have songs digitally, we can load them on here, and then it will play them, as well as I think it plays one song from Frozen 2, which we haven't seen yet. We are planning to see this Christmas time together as a family, and I'm sure she's really gonna love. She's played with this in the store before and really loved it, so I know she'll be psyched to see it. And then, I don't know if we can focus on this very well, this is a little bottle of yellow nail polish. The brand of nail polish I like to get for her is the Piggy Paint brand because it's really safe and non-toxic, and it just washes right off. It almost washes off too quickly, but I suppose I prefer that to the alternative. And she is really into painting her nails. We have a little nail set that she likes to use now, and I mean, I paint them for her, but she's really into being polished. She likes both her toes and her fingers to be done. And she keeps asking me for a yellow polish because yellow is her favorite color. So she'll finally have her yellow polish. The final thing I have to show you that's just uniquely for her is this plush Ariel doll. This is from the Animators collection that the Disney store does that are like child versions of the Disney princesses. Ariel is her favorite princess, so I'm hoping she'll really like this soft Ariel. I think this is going to be probably just sticking right out the top of her stocking, so she'll see it right away when she comes out on Christmas morning. Moving on to the things that are just for my son. He also has a book, but his book is Harry Potter. Now, 5 might to some people seem a little bit young for Harry Potter, but he's been really interested in it. He hasn't actually seen any of the movies or anything like that yet, but of course he's aware that it's out there, and I know it's the kind of thing he's going to be really loving. We've held off until now on getting Harry Potter for him just because we did think, you know, it's a little bit soon, But I'm reading The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe with him right now, and he's doing really, really well with it. So I think that he's ready to enjoy this story, and I know he's going to be so excited to see it in his stocking. Another thing just for him is this whole bag of these finger puppets. He really loves these. He has the colored version of these and he plays with them all the time to the point that they're falling apart. So I know he'll be really happy to see some more, but I went for the black and white just so they'd be different than what he already has. I'm gonna go ahead and take one out to kind of show you. There. They're all different little monsters, but you can kind of get an idea. Hopefully, I don't know if the camera's focusing on that. Hopefully we'll see. I don't know if you really need to see that up close or whatever, but he likes to play with them in slime. So we'll make the slime and then he'll play with the monsters in the slime. They're trapped in the slime, they're splashing through the slime, and on and on. The other thing we have just for him are these twistable colored pencils. We've not tried the twistable colored pencils, but we're huge fans of the twistable crayons, and he draws just all day long. Like, he'll spend hours drawing. He's really, really into it right now, and I think he'll be really excited to have these. And I know I've said excited a lot, but it's true. I try to find things that my kids will be excited about. But to use a different word, I think he'll be really happy to get to try these out and hopefully really enjoy drawing with them. Now for things that are going in both stockings. I did go through the Target stocking stuffer aisle and I picked up these two little Play-Doh snowmen. I don't usually like to go for these gimmicky stocking stuffers that I think will just be tossed away after Christmas, but I actually think my kids will both play with these for a while. We have some of the Easter ones of these, a little bunny and a chick, and my kids like to play with them, you know, with the Play-Doh. They play with them kind of as figurines in the Play-Doh world. So I think they'll have fun with these snowmen, especially because my son is really into Frosty. And this has little molds on the outside so you can build the snowman pieces, and I think you could just stick them right on. There's a face on here, if I turn it around to the other side. So I think you could just stick the pieces on here and sort of decorate the snowman if you want, and then play with it if you were doing some kind of, you know, snow scene or whatever. I also got each one of them one of these scribble scrubbies. I apologize if it's hard to see them through the packaging. Apparently so they're not upside down, because the packaging's not upside down. I've been really curious about these and thought about getting them for either of my kids, but specifically my son, several times, because it's exactly the kind of thing I think he would enjoy. You can color on the little animal, and then you have, it comes with a little brush and special markers. So you color on it and then you use the little brush and you wash the animal, and supposedly the color comes right off. So you can just, I guess after it dries, color on it again and again. For my son, I got a alligator because he's really, really into Lyle crocodile. So I think he'll like that. And then for my daughter, I got her the toucan. She's also into Lyle crocodile, but she also really likes birds. So I think she will like this as well. And I really picked this too because it has yellow eyes, and yellow, as I said before, is her favorite color. And then this crocodile comes with a blue marker and a green marker, and blue is my son's favorite color. So that was kind of the deciding vote with who was getting which animal. Otherwise, perhaps I should have just gotten two identical animals to cut down on fighting, but I didn't. So hopefully this will be okay. I also got them these, let's get them both going. I also got them these spiky light up balls from the Target Dollar Spot. My daughter has gotten a hold of these balls so many times when we're at Target in the Dollar Spot, and then also she'll just somehow find them at other parts of the store and be playing with them. She loves balls, like she's the sportiest person. I got them each this Skittles bank. I had a Tootsie Roll bank when I was little. Well, actually, my brother first had a Tootsie Roll bank, just the classic brown, looks like a Tootsie Roll bank, and I was so jealous of him for years. And then I got one at a birthday party that was like a colorful Tootsie Roll one, and I loved it. I had it for the longest time. My kids are not quite at the point of really having money that they're managing themselves, but I think they will really like to store things in here. They love, you know, as I think all kids do, to contain things. And they also both really love Skittles. It was really heartbreaking this year. It was so cold on Halloween. We were barely able to go trick-or-treating. And so we seriously only went to maybe 6 houses. And every time we went to a house, my daughter was so excited afterwards and she would yell, "Daddy, I got some Skittles." But there were no Skittles. None of the houses we went to were giving out Skittles. And I don't normally buy them Skittles through the year. So I was a little sad for them they didn't get any. And now they're getting some because these are filled with Skittles. Another thing they both love are these magic capsules. These are just the things, you throw them into hot water and there's a little foam sponge inside of the capsule. The capsule melts and then there's a shape that, you know, emerges, whatever shape the sponge is. And these are holiday ones. So, you know, holiday-ish shapes like a candy cane, a snowflake. I'm looking on the back, it shows what all the shapes are. You know, pretty much what you would expect. But I know they'll be really, really psyched to see these. So the only other things going in their stockings are, we always do toothbrushes. I haven't gotten those yet. I'm waiting for there to be a really good sale. Usually Target does something close to Christmas where there's some kind of deal where if you buy 4 or 5 toothbrushes, you get a gift card, or buy one, get one free. There's usually some sort of good deal. And since we do it for the whole family, I'm waiting for that deal to get them. So we haven't done that yet. But my son will be getting a spin brush. Those are the toothbrushes we like to use with him with the characters on them. He has Buzz Lightyear right now. I don't know if we'll go for Buzz again or try somebody else. And my daughter usually uses, which I don't know if this will actually be covered in that deal, she usually uses the Frida Baby. I think it's called the Smile Frida, which if you're not familiar with it, it's a little more expensive than I would normally pay for a toothbrush, but I really, really love it for brushing her teeth because it has bristles that go from on the top and then also kind of at an angle, so you're brushing the top, the sides, and you know, the back and the front of the tooth all at once, which is great for when you have a toddler that's still learning to hold still while you brush. If you just want to try to at least hit every area and you don't know how much time you have to really get in there, I feel like it does a great job cleaning. So those are coming, and then there's going to be some chocolate in there, which I also haven't gotten yet, and maybe some other little snacks, although as you can see, I have a lot of stuff to go in the stockings already. It's getting pretty full. Definitely have to have the toothbrushes. Definitely have to do chocolate. I usually do socks, but I don't know that I'm gonna do socks this year. I just haven't seen sock sets for them that I just really, really loved enough to really pull the trigger. As far as item for item, my son is, I think by my count, 1 item short of what I have for my daughter. And I think my kids are at an age where spending the same amount of money on each child, I think, doesn't really matter. It's more about them feeling equally gifted, and part of that, I think, for little kids can be having an equal number of items, because they both are definitely able to count and will notice if one person has more than the other. They're not going to know if one person's items cost a little more than another. So I do think I may, if I can find something really good, I may be getting 1 more item for my son. I don't know what it is going to be yet, but I just have to see if there's something that I think is really worth getting, because I don't want to just get an item just to get an item. But I do, like I said, want them to feel even. Especially because I think with Ariel, you know, she's going to be like popping out the top. So I would like to see if I can find something for him that'll be like popping out the top. So thank you so much for watching this video. Please hit the thumbs up, and if you haven't already, subscribe to my channel so you won't miss any of the other great content that I have coming up for you in the near future.